I got this vibe as soon as we started.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, go ahead. No, you can talk.
We're recording. You can put it
Tracy
on now.
Morgan, really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Tracy Morgan. I actually
what?
can't
What about it?
stand
What about it?
him.
What about
Why?
I don't know. She thought you could see me interviewing Tracy Morgan.
I think so.
Wow,
Because you
comedian.
said comedy, and I'm like, he's so low-key, he's so New York.
He
and
is.
He's so local.
True.
He is.
But not,
And he be pretty down to
He
earth.
be
and
and he
stuff.
be deep because I be seeing some clips when he be saying shit and I'm like, oh, okay,
Yes, and I
yeah.
stay local because I saw him get off the train on 145th Street and Broadway, and I was like, what are you doing?
He be outside.
He be outside. Oh yeah, lift your mic.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, when you talk.
Hello.
Oh yeah, hold on.
Here we go.
I can look in that middle. It doesn't matter.
I straight here, but
All right. Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of The Least Favorite. I'm your girl, Natalie.
I'm your co-host, Tony.
And today, I feel like I have to whisper in this space. I don't know why.
You don't.
It's like very zen. Today, we're joined by my friend Roxanne, who's a hairstylist. She works in Harlem. But Tony and I actually know her because we went to high school together.
Yes.
So I'm actually really excited that you're here.
We're all having a moment of reconnecting and catching up.
We literally
Had a
were
lot
talking
of
for like an
warming
hour.
up.
I
What?
know. We're like
We
an hour
warmed
and a
up.
half deep.
It's been a while since we warmed up for a long time.
A long
Usually we're like,
time.
okay, hey, what's going on? No, natural.
No, yeah, natural. That's why I'm like,
done here.
how do you feel? Are you good? Are you like?
I'm so good. I'm so
Okay.
happy to see you guys.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right. So we always start with a word from the bowl.
Yeah.
We don't have a bowl today. We have a tray.
The purple tends to be a little spicy, and the blue is a little bit more. So whichever you like, it don't matter.
blue's
No
my
pressure.
Blue it is.
We're gonna ease
I love,
this in.
I love people's reactions, like what they choose, because everybody chooses different.
Yeah. Some people be
like,
with the
"Fuck it."
shits.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, I'm
We're
picking that
color
right.
coordinated. Okay. All right. So
If you can't read it, let me know.
Oh yeah, Tony wrote it. Chicken
you know
scratch.
what? I would love you to read it.
Okay.
I'm ready. Just ask away.
Oh, this one we did already.
Did we? Oh
Yeah, so
shit.
why isn't it there?
Sorry guys. We're gonna pick another one.
So that means purple. That's a sign.
Oh, okay. We're feeling brave. I don't even think they're that bad though, right?
Imagine we start this off real hot. Okay.
It's bad.
I think it's bad.
Wait, what is
It's up
it?
to you.
I mean, let's see.
Wait, say it out loud. Read. No dead
I
air.
don't know if she wants to answer.
I mean, yeah, we could talk.
Okay,
We're here to
bet.
talk.
Okay,
Yeah,
Let's
we're
bet,
gonna
bet,
talk.
bet.
Talk. What does it say?
Why did your last relationship break down?
Ooh.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good way to start this pod because we are all about
Yes.
relationships.
Starting hot. We're starting hot.
No, but you could keep it general. You don't have to. Like,
No, it was toxic. It was super toxic. I think that we were good friends. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, we were good friends, not good romantic partners.
That happens a lot.
where do you think was the issue? Like me and Tony were talking earlier today on the way over here about like sometimes it just be like a communication breakdown.
It was
Do you feel
definitely
like-
no communication to just unhealthy communication to dishonesty. I think that's what it comes down to. I think
Yeah.
you have to be honest with yourself before you can be honest with anybody else.
Amen.
And when that's not there, it's gonna be a shit show. So
It's funny because like with the communication thing, now that you said that, it leads you to be dishonest. It's like I can't talk to you about anything, so I'm just not gonna tell you shit.
Right.
So even when I'm not trying to be dishonest, I'm just omitting information now. So now I look like I'm hiding shit from you, but I'm not. You know what I mean?
So is
Yeah.
omission not a lie?
Oh, don't start that debate
All the way
again.
back.
No, I was sitting on that.
God.
I'm not gonna hold
Anthony,
you. I'm right with him.
That has been Roxanne. The
Shots
reason why,
fired.
yeah,
Shots fired. Shots fired. Okay, so just to fill Roxanne in,
that has been like a
always
running
been
topic between
with-
him and I.
Yes. So she's always said omission is
A lie.
Yeah, but he's always said, not necessarily,
but why not?
Yeah, why not, Anthony? Why is omission not a lie?
What did I lie about though? What was the lie? Where was the lie?
What do you mean?
You just didn't tell.
It's just dishonest though.
It's like, why didn't you say anything?
Not everything needs to be told. You don't tell me your whole life story. I mean, I don't have to say everything.
So then let's go to the extreme.
Now, if you ask me specifics, then
Then-
that's a lie. Yes, but you didn't ask me specifics.
But that doesn't give a little sneaky.
It gives sneaky.
Oh,
No?
But then again, okay, I think I would respect it more too is like, okay, so let's say I omitted something. You asked me why I omitted it. If I can be honest and be like, all right, honestly, I didn't tell you because I thought of blah, blah, blah. If we could have like a real conversation about it, cool. But if you're gonna gaslight and be like, well, I don't have to tell you everything, you don't have to know, that's when it's an issue for me. I think more so that, because I think we all
guilty,
omit information.
Right.
We all have done that. So I can't sit here and say I've never omitted.
Right.
But, you know, I have my reasons, and that's it.
And I think you won, just saying.
Yeah, you probably won with
I
that.
think it comes back to the honesty
You're
thing,
welcome.
though. It's like, if I feel like I can be honest with you, that won't be an issue.
Right.
Like, I'll tell you whatever because I know I can express myself freely without worry of judgment or like, oh my God, this person's not going to know how to receive this.
Yes.
So, yeah, it all comes down to honesty, I
Yeah.
think.
No,
I'm
that makes
big
sense.
on that.
That's true, because if you can communicate with the person without fear of them lashing out, going crazy, there's no issues. You said.
That was a good
That was
question.
good. I like that
Yeah,
icebreaker.
Thank you,
Starting
Tony.
strong.
Thank you, Tony. Okay, so I guess I wanted to start. Where do I want to start? There's so many places I want to
I'm
go.
looking.
All right, so I guess we could just start and we can like kind of go into what you do for work
Right.
and how you got into that. Because we went to high school together, but you and I never really spoke in high school. I don't even think we said hi to each other in high school.
No,
Is
we
that
definitely
weird?
didn't. We didn't.
It's the same, yeah.
Y'all didn't talk?
No.
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
just
we
like
did, but it wasn't like...
So how are we here now?
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
No, I think I added Roxanne on Instagram. Roxanne did my hair once, actually.
She
I
did
went to
mine
your
too.
salon.
She did mine too. That's
Okay.
why, yeah.
And that was the
then-
beginning of me
Doing
first
hair.
going off on my own. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That
Like,
was
I got my
the
hair
first
done in her
salon.
apartment.
Oh shit! Look at
Oh,
that.
wow. You started in your apartment?
I sure did, Kingsbridge.
How long were you
Kingsbridge,
doing
yeah.
hair in your apartment?
Oh my god, it's such a blur. Maybe 2 years.
Oh, wow. That's a long
Maybe
time.
2 years. Not only was it in my apartment, it was in a corner of my apartment because I was living in a 1-bedroom. Let's just get real honest.
Yeah.
With like 5 people. Yeah, it was like
Where
the
would you
struggle
sleep?
But it was
days.
so cute. Like, I
It was-
felt fine.
it was
I remember her
honestly-
like apologizing 20 times, and I'm like,
Oh,
girl,
God,
we
I
good.
don't even remember that.
I'm like,
So-
she's like, I have a dog. I'm like, girl, we good. Let him stay.
It was my dog running around. It was my ex and it was my cousin.
Oh, wow. Also, it was like family.
Yeah,
you
it
knew
was
everybody. It wasn't like
very Puerto
strangers.
Rican, yes, from the Bronx, you know, which I love. I love to death. That time definitely made me, for sure. It was all the push that I needed. I would be doing hair until 4 o'clock in the morning in that apartment, which I probably shouldn't be saying, but it is.
Wait, why not?
It
Why
is what
not?
it
It's the
is.
hustle. It's the grind. Yeah.
But yeah, so that was 2 years there, and then I went off to rent a space.
But
where
did you
guys
always
came.
know you wanted to do hair?
No.
Yeah,
I
like,
never
how
wanted
did
to.
how
do
did that
hair.
Yeah,
even-
because we in high school, and you know, in our high school, we went to all girls Catholic high school. They're very like college, career, and not that, you know, but I'm saying like, you know, like go to get your master, go get
And
all
the
this
only
stuff.
thing I could say I remember Roxanne is like she always seemed like very like she just didn't give a fuck.
Chill.
Oh, that's
Chill.
so
Chill.
funny.
So like yeah, whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
oh, like she seems like a
Like
dope person.
I could like definitely remember like some stressors like that. Like I would overhear you like stressing about some tests here or there, but
Yeah, because the
but
bitch didn't study.
That's the vibe I got from her.
Right,
like just
right.
very like
But it's
whatever.
Like, shit, we knew about this for 2 weeks. I studied last night.
yeah.
But
so yeah, why hair?
I feel like even then, so the structure for me, I didn't love. I probably needed. I didn't love it. I didn't agree with so many things. Like, yes, I do believe in God. I was raised Catholic, but there was just things that I didn't agree with all the way. I was like, okay, I believe that. I don't necessarily want to follow this. So I just knew that the school was, yes, go to college, get this degree, but I had no idea what I wanted to do other than be creative. Like, I loved art. I did love music. I loved being out. Like, I loved nature. Nothing in our school was like catered to that at all. We barely had sports. So I just knew I always had a more creative background and I could not relate there. So I just tried not to go. Like, I was like always absent, always sick. And I just, I was like, I don't feel good today. So yeah, it wasn't, the structure was not for me. But I think I kind of got along with everyone. I just didn't get too deep.
Yeah.
Like I was like tap in, tap out.
Yeah.
Not much has changed.
That I remember. From her.
Right.
So, yeah. Do you remember like the first client you had? The first time you actually was like, oh yeah, come over, let me do your hair.
that
Maybe they didn't even
you.
pay. No, maybe they didn't pay.
They didn't. Oh, I would be.
Or were you always
first
doing?
thing.
Or were you always just doing people's hair
I
for
was always
fun?
doing hair. Yeah.
Oh,
So that
okay.
was the thing. I liked to be outside. So I would get home from school. My friends would come over, and we was going out, but she was not going out like that. Like you would not. So everybody was gonna sit. It was on a couch, and you were gonna sit right here, and we were gonna do whatever we had to do before we went outside. So that's how it started. And then when it was time to go to college, I was like, it's not that I didn't want to go. I just knew I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not going to go. Like, I have no idea. I don't see the vision. I don't know what I want for my future yet. So I went straight to cosmetology school. And I loved it. I loved it. I was like, you do everybody's hair. Just go. This could be fun. And it has been loads of fun.
Cosmetology school, they teach you other stuff too, right? You learn makeup and what else?
You learn makeup, skincare, a little bit of nails.
And hair is what stuck.
Hair was
Is there anything other than hair that you really enjoyed too, like while you were there? No,
I wasn't even supposed to enjoy hair. Like I wanted to open a spa. I didn't want to do
I
hair.
could see that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, let me just.
You
open
definitely have
full
the vibe for
service.
that, like a chill.
Yeah, and then I started doing hair. I started connecting with women. They're very long services, and I was like, yeah, this is it. Even if I didn't want to do hair, now I'm stuck because I think it's bigger than doing hair. I think the relationships that you build, they're so strong. They can honestly change your life. They've changed my life. Like my clients have changed my life. So
yeah, because I feel like there's something about your hairstyle, like, cause even mine, like the way I talk to her and how you just like open up in a way that you like, I hardly know you, but like I feel so comfortable.
We're gonna let it all out.
I feel so comfy just telling you all my business right now. It's good.
And I love that so much that even like with guys and their barber, you know how they be mad loyal to their barber.
They be hanging out.
I just love how
2 in the morning.
not only like females have the experience, but males do too. Like, or anyone who helps you like with your self-care. Like even, you know, women, especially in New York, women be crazy about their nail techs. Like no, I don't go to nobody about that.
And it's gonna kill me. I'm like, honey of all days. Yeah. I'm sorry, girl.
No,
Christy, I love you.
You're fine. I literally just got them done today. I was looking crazy.
Thank
Thank you. I was going crazy.
We good. We evened it out.
No, but it'd be like that with the nail techs because like the shape gotta be right. Everything gotta be okay. Yeah. I did want to ask you, like, when you started, what was like the most challenging thing, I guess, for you? Like just starting out?
Finding my place.
Oh.
For sure. Because just like with high school, I always struggled with finding like, where do I fit in?
Yeah.
I'm also Puerto Rican and I speak no Spanish. I can't dance. You know what I mean?
Isn't that most Puerto Ricans in the Bronx?
You know what?
First of all, stay over there.
We got a little Spanglish. There's nothing here. Okay.
Not even the Spanglish.
No, not even. I'm like, no, what? What did you say?
Yeah.
So that also was hard because we're from the Bronx. Like I grew up between Harlem and the Bronx, and I actually grew up on Columbia University campus. So that was different. I was always like in the hood, but my home was like this prestigious, Upper West Side neighborhood. So I go home to this beautiful place, but all my friends, we was outside. So I never knew where I fit in. I kind of was just like, I had white friends, I had black friends, Spanish friends, and I got along with everybody, but I could not find my place. So now we go into this industry of hair, and I wanted to go high end, but I did not fit in. It's this. It's always been this.
Yeah.
So I remember assisting somewhere, and we were talking about just bullshit after work. And I was like, girl, please don't do that. And I had another assistant come over. And of course, I was the only woman of color. And they're like, oh, don't say that. Like, don't talk like that. Please don't ever say that again. Yeah. And I was like, whoa. I was like, wait, what? Like, so automatically that tells me, like, I can't be myself.
Yeah.
So, and then that was it. I assisted at all these very prestigious salons, great salons, but it just was not diverse, there was only one way of seeing things.
And in an industry where you're supposed to be creative and your personality should shine through, to feel like you can't do that in that space is like, for me, it seems like counterproductive.
Yeah,
You know
it
what I
does.
mean?
Because you need structure, right? Like that part I got, but it's also like there shouldn't just be it's this way and that's it.
Right.
Like where's the personality? Like where do we get to deliver our side of
When our hair is
creativity?
such a big part of our personality too.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to leave looking dry. Like I
all
need
you said was
some
girl.
color. I need some
You just said girl.
Girl, I said girl.
Like you didn't say bitch or
Yeah.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
So that's been the hardest part. Is like
Okay.
which kind of led up to me going into a salon suite because I was like, you know what? I keep trying all these salons. I'm trying to find
don't
like my
fit.
salon home, and it's just
Yeah.
I need diversity. And to me, Harlem
Oh yeah.
was the best place to do
Listen,
that.
I even have a girlfriend too. She has like her thing in Harlem, and it's a beautiful melting pot to have a business.
It is.
Because you can attract any type of person.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it's in the middle of. It's like I feel like Harlem really
It
is
like
the heart
is the
of
It is.
of the city. Like
I
you
agree.
know. So now I can't.
No, go ahead. No.
So now moving forward, so now that you're like you find okay, I work best in a salon suite, kind of like on a solo type thing. So how do you build like rapport like with your clients? Like how do you? Because I'm sure you get all types of different clients. You know, even with me, like visiting a solo, even recently when I got my hair done, like it's like I feel a little awkward. Like I explain what I want, but it's just like, you know, I want her to know me a little bit so she can really deliver. But you know, like breaking that ice, it could be challenging. Like
It's so important.
Yeah.
Though. It's like so important. So for me, I narrowed it down. And a lot of people like old school as well will say like you're supposed to cut color, you're supposed to do everything. I don't do everything. I don't want to do everything. I'm not going to do everything. So for me, I love lived in color. If you want something that's like pink, blue, you know, rainbow, I love those things. It's just not my work. I also had to get very confident in that because everyone has something to say, right? Oh, why don't you do that? Because that's not what I do. It doesn't bring me joy. If it doesn't bring me joy,
Love that.
I don't want to do it.
Love that.
So I have a style, you know, I have a technique, and that's what I do, and I'm very good at it. And, you know, so if you sit in my chair, I think what I appreciate the most about myself is if you said, okay, like I want a super drastic change, but I want to keep my curls, but I want to be silver, I would just tell you, I'm not the stylist for you. Because I care about your curls too. Going from that dark to that light, you're gonna have a gorgeous color, but you might not have the same curl pattern. Okay.
No, I'm itching to say something because I think that is amazing. I love that you love that about you because now I'm loving that about you too. So many people will take on those tasks and ruin people's hair.
Yeah.
Like I have friends who've had their hair fall out. It gets really brittle and dry. And then the people, like the person would charge them $500 for that fucking work.
Like that.
So
It's like,
just you
no.
saying that, that's
and
amazing.
here's the thing. You can get that color. Don't get me wrong. And keep your curls. I'm letting you know there is a chance that it won't be the same.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? It's also like if I know it's going to be brittle, if I know you're going to be like, I want to chop all this off, like I'm probably not going to do it, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's like what I pride myself on.
Love
So,
that.
Yeah.
Yep.
There was a few things that you said that really hit home for me when you said being
I know, right?
y'all was they was drinking all the wine. They was not pacing. Actually, I'm gonna reach for mine. Okay, so what you had said about like being Spanish and like not speaking Spanish or like trying to find your way because it's like, okay, you lived in a really nice neighborhood, but then all your friends were like, you know, you was in the hood, you was outside. I feel like me and Tony were literally having that conversation because we met with, what do we call him, like a financial consultant or something? And he was like, okay, you guys are two Spanish girls from the Bronx. Like, you guys can capitalize on that too. And I'm like, but I don't feel like worthy enough to represent for the Latina community because I don't speak that much Spanish. And I feel like me and Tony, we just more like, just regular, like chill. So it was like finding our spot even in the Latino community can be difficult because you'll get judged by them. Like, oh, you don't speak Spanish. You're not one of us. Like, you can't defend yourself or you're a disgrace or an embarrassment.
gosh,
and then
of
it's just like,
course.
oh my God. You've heard that too?
All the time.
Girl.
And it's just like, oh, if I'm like, oh, my parents didn't teach me. Easy cop out, right? Like, I don't want to do
right.
Now it's like, oh, you're 30. You should learn on your own. I'm like, you know what? You're right. Like, just
But
let me
also,
live.
I think it's okay for us to come out and be like, but there's more ways to be like Latina. Like, you don't have to be just the one who speaks Spanish and like cooks and cleans and goes to church every Sunday. Because there's some out there like that, no shade, but like that's not us. So yeah, I just like that you.
And I
feel
will say,
related
I
to
feel
that.
like it's not us, but then it is, because I know you have that in you.
I have
somewhere.
it in me,
So
but
yes.
like, I can't be that all the time because I'm
And
heavily
you shouldn't
influenced
be all
by
the time.
hip hop culture, even Jamaican culture. You know, I love my dance hall.
me
You feel me? It's like, and I think that is beautiful that we're able to do that. Like, we're not just all one way. So like, Tony had mentioned that like we can still represent for people who are like us.
Yeah.
Right. So
yeah.
that is like, those are my people.
Right,
People
right,
who
right.
can mix and mingle with a little bit of everything. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it took up until like a year ago to like fully embrace that and fully understand that like I'm a little bit of this and I'm not that, and I can do this but I won't do that,
Yeah.
and that's okay.
Yes.
So I think that is like the aha moment.
Yeah.
Like, because I spent most of my 20s like, I need to learn Spanish. I need to learn how to finesse this rice and beans. I need to. And I'm like, you know what? There's other things that I'm really good at, and I'm gonna save that for my tia.
Yeah.
Like, she got to. I'm gonna buy it. I'll order the tray.
Right.
Okay? And that's okay.
I like that you said that because it sounds like what we were talking about earlier with like your 20s versus your 30s. So like, I really feel like once you hit that 30 mark, something switches and you're just like more confident
Instantly. I don't
with
know
who
about
you
you
are.
guys, but
I
when
feel
I
that
turned
way.
30, it was like I stepped into it.
That's how I feel.
Powerful. So,
Were you scared? Were you like, oh my
I
God, I'm
was
turning
so
30?
excited because I was like, this shit gotta be better on the other side. I was like,
I'm glad the 20s are done.
Yeah, I mean, I learned so much, but 30 feels really good.
Yeah.
It
I
feels
want to
really
actually
good.
talk about the differences. So if you could think back to like your 20-year-old version,
Yeah.
what would you like? I don't know. How were you in your 20s?
I would say one of the main things is that I would just always just go with everything. But now in my 30s, I challenge, you know, like if I don't, and if it goes against the grain, you know, of course I think about it, but I don't care as much. I could tell you that much.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference. Like in my 20s, I'm like, where we at? How many people's there? Because I don't want to go if it's whack. Like, who's going?
Yeah.
You going?
Oh my
it's
God.
lit or not? Like,
Yeah.
no, I'm not trying to go. Or if there's only a few people, or if it's just that person, like, no. And even sometimes I catch myself. Like, if somebody invites me somewhere, I still have to catch myself. Like, Tony, be quiet. Like, don't ask who's going. It don't matter.
It don't matter. Like, you bring
That
the vibe.
person,
I don't
yeah.
care. Everybody
Like,
asks that. For so many reasons. Like, who's going to be there? You know?
Yeah. So, but I feel like now it's just, if I want to go, I'm going to go. If I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And it's okay if that's your vibe and you want to go, you go have a good time, girl.
Yeah.
Send me the pictures. But I want to go home.
Oh, Tony is queen. Go home early.
I love
I'm
that.
like, I wanna go home.
She's like, all right, mama. I'm like, all right, girl, go ahead. And I'm there like,
Yeah, right. I'll have my 2-3 dances. I'll be like, okay.
Y'all gonna get
Bye,
all
bye.
the shoulder
Get
work
over.
with me. That's what we're getting shoulder
Oh, yeah,
work
'cause you
over
said you don't
here.
dance, right?
No. We're gonna have our drink. We're giving all the shoulder work.
but you got rhythm.
I mean, when
Like, you
after
could keep
2
a
drinks,
beat.
yeah. After 2 drinks,
Is it that
there's
you're
some.
shy or you really feel like you can't
No,
dance?
I do. I honestly, I feel like I have, like most of us, I have so much anxiety. So there's so much. But after that second drink, I'm like, all right, we're
we
here.
outside.
Let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So how about you in your 20s? What's the biggest change you've noticed?
I almost think the same thing. Like, I just want to be home. I'd be so ready. I love to go out. Day parties, if anything, not even a party. Like, we'll do a quick brunch. I'll go outside. I want to explore, but like, I love to go home. It's my space. It's like my sanctuary. Like, there's nothing like jumping in some fresh, clean sheets. Like,
No, for real.
in my 20s, I never wanted to go home. I was like, we outside and I'm gonna sleep over 3-day weekend. But now I love to be home. It's like my safe space, and yeah.
I would say for me, I was like such a people. I mean, I still struggle with it. People pleasing, heavy, and then super. Like I was telling Tony, I would never go anywhere alone. I needed to be with someone, even if it was just one person. I could not sit in a restaurant alone, a bar alone. No, like the anxiety. I remember I would even go to parties and be the one sitting in the corner if I didn't know anybody. Like I didn't want to socialize or mingle. That I was even putting on my makeup today, and I'm like, how do I go from that to now having a podcast and wanting to connect and do the pop-up event? And like,
that's awesome.
it's just crazy.
But what
to
she's
me.
saying is true, because I could really like hear you saying it as like a core memory. Like, no, Tony, come with me. I can't go by myself. I can hear you saying it. Like, I know that what you're saying is like completely true. Like,
And
no.
For me, something switched. Like when I was 28, 29, that I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm tired of waiting for people to do things. I wasn't going on vacations because, like, I need to go on vacation. No, like,
Right, she would be waiting for people.
That.
Yeah,
I was like, you know what? If I get invited somewhere, I'm going to just go.
I love
And
that.
if it's whack, I'll leave. It's not a problem.
But did something happen in your life though that sparked like this change, or you were just tired of
You
waiting?
get
on people?
tired of waiting for people so much.
That's what it is.
It's like you want to do stuff, and it's like every time I want to do something, I gotta beg people to do it with me, and it's like fuck it.
And then it's like, no shade to people's situations. Everybody is different. Like some people have families. Tony's a mom of 2. I have other friends who, they have bills. They can't afford to go out. They don't want to go to, like, spend their money on drinks. So I get it. But it's like, if I'm ready and willing and able, then why am I not doing it? Why am I not living because you can't come with me? Like,
she always extends the invite, but at the end of the day, if the group thing ends up to be just her, then
I'm
she's like,
fine.
"Fuck it, yeah."
And you know what? I've ended up making so many new like connections and new friends that it's like now I could go to a spa and I already know to an embarrassing level. Like I'll walk into it because I go to the same. Once I know people, then it's like, all right, I'm comfy. So now I know the security guards, I know the hookah girls, I know the bartenders. But it's like, fuck it. Like I feel like in doing that, I've learned so much about me that I can own who I am now with a little bit more confidence. And I just like it.
And not only that, but it just sounds like it brings you joy.
Yeah, it brings me joy.
Applaud.
Yes.
It's like
Applaud our, that's to our 30s.
You're also networking, like you're having a good time. So what's wrong with you?
And I'm like, I feel like before I would just always feel like, damn, what do I really have to bring to a conversation? I'm not smart enough or I don't know enough about the world to have conversations with people, but you can literally talk to anyone about anything. And what I've learned is that people like to talk about themselves. So sometimes you don't even got to talk. You could just ask questions and let people go on. That's kind of like with being a hairstylist too.
For sure.
You just start dumping all there.
And I have like such a solid clientele now that I'm confused. I'm like, all right, am I the therapist? Are you the therapist? Like, what are we doing here? So who's taking the turns today? But I love what you said about that because it resonated with me. I feel the same way. I feel like in my 20s, I was super codependent. And I didn't realize it until I became single. And I realized I only didn't want to be single because I was so codependent. And that's when I was like, yep, it's time for you to be alone. And I like promised myself, I was very intentional. And I was like, give yourself a year. Like, and that year is just for you.
Right.
Like, whatever happens, happens, but you have to just figure these things out by yourself. So it's like, yes, dinner dates, brunches, library, whatever.
Whatever you want to do.
Whatever it is. Like, a solo trip I have yet to do.
Do you want to?
Dying to.
Oh my God. Do you have places in mind?
I really would want to do Puerto Rico only because I'm so familiar. So I'm like, okay.
That's a good spot if you're
That's
familiar.
the best start.
Yeah.
It could be a little like, challenging to think about going a place that you don't know at all. It could be a little bit like, so I think that's a perfect
you could
place.
break the ice
if you
with
know
that.
it. Yeah.
So you're still doing your single journey, right?
Yes.
So how has that been so far?
It has been fun.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like you get lonely or you miss like having somebody?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think like I definitely, okay, so here was my thing. I felt like in my last relationship, I never felt lonelier, but I was never by myself. So my lonely now is very different. My lonely now is like, I should call my homegirl. Like, I've been in the house all day with Blue. Like, let's go see what's up. It's a very different feeling, but I feel like you have to be good with yourself. Like, if you are not good with yourself, you're forever. I was forever seeking whatever I felt like I was missing in anybody. Like, let's just call it what it is.
Same.
Like, I was like, that could be, this could be, that could be. Avoiding whatever was going on in here. So I definitely
you end up
think
romanticizing people that you have no business even being in the same room and like with. You know what I mean? It's just like, why am I?
I don't think it's impossible to grow within a relationship, but it is very hard. Like we were talking about before, like going through your seasons with someone is challenging, and you have to be willing to do the work to continue to get to know your partner, because you're forever changing, especially at a young age. I don't know how 40s and 50s is going to be. I don't know. But I'm assuming, I hope by that time you more or less know who you are, what you like. It's not impossible, but it is much harder, I think.
No,
You think it's
you
harder,
need that
really?
in a relationship. Yeah, because you got to deal with your changes, but you got to deal with the person's changes.
Yeah.
And as I'm changing and he's changing, we have to continuously reintroduce. I mean, I'm talking in a drastic way.
Right.
But you do have to reintroduce yourself
to your
each
partner.
other.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I want to do a podcast.
Or like, hey, I know I really used to enjoy this, but you know what? I don't really enjoy that anymore.
Yeah. And what if that's something that you bonded with, that person?
Right.
What if like you really used to love to paint and your partner is a painter? So what the fuck y'all gonna do now?
Y'all gotta find new interests.
Right. What if like, you know, and the same thing with the seasons. Like what if you met your person like when you were a teenager or when you were in your 20s, like especially 21, 22, you start drinking and that's all y'all did was drink and go out. So
now you don't want to drink
30,
anymore.
Yeah,
you don't want to go out
I don't
anymore.
want to drink and go out. So what we gonna do?
What if you met your person when they had mad money?
Right.
Now they
there
broke.
You go.
Now what?
You still gonna love me then? Like, what's up? Like, you know, and so as you go through those changes, you know, and yes, as a single person, of course, you need to learn to accept these different, you know, but to be learning to accept yourself and then to turn around and have to ask somebody, do you accept me today, tomorrow, next year? It's challenging, like, you know, so.
I definitely think, and I don't know, like I have the thought in my head, so maybe you guys can articulate it better, but I definitely think that it is better, and I wish I would have done this, to be single first, then be in a relationship and and you're going to grow in being single and you're going to grow in your relationship, but I feel like it's easier when you do it in that order because like we said, you already kind of have like a solid understanding of who you are, your boundaries, what you want to deal with, what you don't want to deal with. So I feel like you pick a better partner and you can communicate better. Like you don't want to be in a toxic cycle. You don't want to like have unhealthy argument styles or unhealthy communication styles. If I would have continued, because I was a serial monogamist, so it was like you. So what you were saying, you were speaking to me. It was like relationship. I didn't want to be alone, mad codependent. If I would have continued that, I don't know where I would be right now. At 30, I would probably still be in that same like unhealthy cycle.
Because it's almost impossible to grow as a person when you're with someone.
It is.
It's like
and
impossible.
if like you're an unhealthy version of yourself in that relationship, your partner just keeps mirroring back all of your unhealthy traits. But if you don't have like the tools or the strategies that you can acquire in being single of how to handle those things healthier, you know what I mean? Then you just end up like,
But also,
it's just like constant friction.
When you're single, you stop and like reflect on why you're single now.
Yes.
You don't do that. If you just jump from one relationship to the next, you're always just
for sure.
There's
you're
no
just
time.
adding on to those.
Yeah.
You're just constantly adding to the bag. It just keeps going. It keeps growing. The ball just keeps rolling down the hill, getting larger and larger.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate.
No, please.
I'm like, hold on, we have another
So
side
right.
here.
So like even now, we were just talking about this. We've gone through The Wire, and I would not have it any other way. And I like appreciate more than ever the side that he gives me, because there's things that I don't see that I'm doing to myself. There's things that I do to myself, and I'm like, I don't see that. But when he breaks it down for me, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I would have seen that without your opinion, you know? And it's just, since we really know each other, like know each other, you know, he's able to guide me. And I mean, call it codependency, you can, but he's really able to guide me, you know, through some of the struggles that I go with, because he knows me.
Right.
You know?
See, but I wouldn't say that that's being codependent, because like there's actually healthy ways to communicate. It's just like if you, seems like us, like it was like, I'm not going to see any other way, but like, and I'm going to avoid everything that I should face. And I'm going to like drown in this person or any person, where you guys, that sounds more like, hey, I'm with you and I love you and I need you to love you. And I'm going to be here while you get your shit together.
Yes. And I'm committed to this relationship and making it work.
Right. So like I said, like it's definitely possible, but it
when you have
be
a partner who's on the
real
same track.
partner.
Yeah.
Like we need to look up Google search partner. Okay.
Partner.
Okay.
I always say I like to say partner instead of like boyfriend or girl, because I just feel like you're my partner. Like you're gonna be my business partner, my love partner, whatever partner. Like yeah. I like that. That was cute.
Yeah.
All right. I had other questions. We're good? Okay, we're good.
Okay, we have it.
Okay, so I guess to go back to doing like hairstyling, whatever. I wanted to know like God, there's so many things I wanted to know.
Yeah, no, we had a lot of questions.
And we're out of wine.
I guess we could lighten up a little bit. I just wanted to know like what so you say you have a certain style. What is your style for hairstyling?
It's very natural, very lived in, like balayage, like melty root. I want you to come to me and not feel like you have to come once a month, every 4 to 6 weeks. Like, because I'm that girl. I want to have fabulous hair, but I want it to be low maintenance.
Yes. How do you like focus on any trends in hair? Like, are you constantly trying to like learn?
Or do you have
always,
favorites?
For sure.
Like
Yeah,
favorite
like I got
styles or
into
something?
extensions and when COVID hit, and that's actually where I'm trying to take off now.
Oh, extensions.
I love color. I've done color for a long time. I'm also developed an allergy to color, which has kind of slowed me down. So it's like forced me to maneuver into something else, and extensions. Yeah,
I feel like extensions work. Are you gonna just do extensions or wigs too?
I would
would?
tap into it all because I feel like
So I was looking to do some wigs eventually, just to
I
switch
mean-
it up.
But
you
I
know,
feel like,
like
you always had a taste because back in the day when she did my hair, I did full. I don't know if you remember. She made clips for me.
You did.
You're right.
She
You
did
did,
clips
yeah.
for me. Yeah, I had clip-ins and it
I
was
totally
a full.
forgot about that.
Yeah, you did clips. So I feel like you kind of always dipped and dabbled because I remember you used to really like advertise. I don't know if it was on Instagram because that was the whole reason why I went to her. Because she was like, like she was advertising clips and like extensions and stuff. So you dip and dabbled in it before.
Yeah, I did.
But now
I
you're
did.
like more like,
Now
I love
I'm like
this.
focused. Yeah, like this is my target market.
Yeah.
This is like the next 5 years. This is what I want to.
girl, when you start doing wigs, I'm hitting you up because
It is
such an art.
I would like to
It's
switch
such
it
an
up.
art.
Like I want to do a red bob one day. Like just I did want to ask you about professionalism in your industry. So like you work alone for the most part, so you don't really have to worry about like coworkers or people coming in late. But I guess professionalism from your clients, like are there any issue or like do's and don'ts basically? Like
This is gonna sound like such bullshit, but like I really have fire ass clients.
oh, so you don't have to deal with that.
I mean, you always have like a misunderstanding or like maybe a person like this is not for a lot of the times for me it's like somebody's like I want to be silver and I'm like I'm not your girl, but I'm gonna send you to this person. Like that's it. I really have some amazing women in my life. My clientele is super dope. I can't even think of one person that like
It's a
I have a
blessing.
problem, and that's why I love what I do because I'm like, damn, it's a lot of work. I mean, my back hurts, my feet hurt, but I really love it. I love the people. I love having full creative control. Like, I love it.
Shout out to Roxanne's clients.
Right, for real. You know
See
what?
We appreciate you, and she loves you.
Yeah, because I know hairstylists be going through it. Like I have a girl who braids my hair. She goes through it with her clients, especially when they come late or they want their deposit back because they had to cancel. And she's like, "Do you not read my rules? Like everything's clearly stated for you. I'm not giving you your money back."
But I think that would be different for her. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like she don't really experience that because you have like a specific group that you see regularly. Like you don't get new clients all the time.
Right,
Not
that
all
could
the
be
time.
it.
I actually focused on not getting new clients because I'm not gonna front. It wasn't always like this. Actually, let me fix that.
Yeah.
Yes, I did experience things like that. I definitely had people that I was like, we're not a match, But that was early on, and then you figure out your lane, and you're like, okay, this is my target market.
Yeah.
These are the people I want to see. We work best together, and it's not like I'm sure you fire hairstylists all the time. Like we have to. Oh my God, actually, this is the first year where I'm like very accepting of that. Where like, you know what? We might not be the best fit, and like it's best either you see somewhere else or they might have to tell me the same thing. Like I had someone who I adore tell me recently that she had to find someone else because I couldn't accommodate her on Sundays. This was so hard for me because this is like part of this last year and like setting boundaries. But it was like, well, I work 6 days a week.
Yeah.
Sunday, I'm not working.
No.
I'm with my family. I'm with, I might have a date. I might be at the winery,
It happens. Listen, it happens.
And I adore her and I love her. And who knows, maybe one day it will change. But like she had to set her boundary. And she was like, well, I'm used to Sundays. And I was like, well, for me, this is the time I'm taking for myself moving forward. So yeah, those kinds of things happen. But it was so respectful.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just like, what? Peace, but I still love you.
I've had the experience with like nail techs because I had this one lady for years. But honestly, she just started getting a lot of clientele, and I'm someone like I do plan appointments, but ever since I had the kids, it kind of gets like sporadic.
Yeah.
So I do try to like plan, but when I come and I like try to plan like a week ahead and you're still like no availability, what am I gonna do?
You gotta find
And
somebody
it's all
else.
love.
It's all love.
love.
Right.
She's amazing. You know, my man misses her. You know,
Yeah.
you know, because she would come through to the crib,
that's
bring
awesome.
everything, do mani pedis, both of us. Like
Yeah.
I miss her so much, but it happens.
That was gonna be my next question. Like, how do you balance the work life with your self-care,
Oh, yeah,
your
yeah.
mental health, all
Great
that?
question.
So it's literally you're
Not
working
a
6
thing.
days a week. That's what I'm saying. Like,
It's not a thing.
it's
Yeah,
not a
no.
thing.
Unfortunately, no, I haven't mastered that. I am like, I work. Like I was off today. That's why we this worked for us today, and I was at work. So part of working for yourself is like, for me, there's people who are more organized, like who really make time for themselves. If somebody calls, I'm probably coming.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm available, again, I also love what I do. So
Right.
it's like, yeah, I'm coming in. I need to work on that. It affects all my relationships, family. I've missed so many family parties. I miss so many gatherings, friends, relationships, you know. But for me, it's like, again, I'm 30 years old. I see it as like, yes, I pay into my own retirement. I have my own Roth IRA, but those things took time to
Right.
learn. Where like everyone else, my friends, they get a check. You know what I mean? They have some pension, like retirement, that doesn't exist for me unless I put it in myself.
Yeah.
So there's certain things, like I'm going to wake up today and if I'm off, I'm like, no, like I need to go get it. So that's,
Yeah, this is
tough.
how you make your money.
yeah.
I love your honesty, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
love
love
that.
I wish I could be
I
like,
love
I
that.
have
Like,
it all together.
Not everybody can do
no,
it.
I love that. Some people will be like trying to like, you know, run the little marathon. Like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm doing this.
Oh yeah, I book
If you
spa
don't got it
days every week for
together,
myself,
right,
and I
bullshitting.
take
No, I'm
5-hour
super
naps.
spontaneous because I will. Like I left the spa at midnight the other night because that worked for my lifestyle. But again, like we don't have kids. You know, that's very different. Like if it was set up in a different way. So I feel like I'm learning to love the life that I created, but it was very hard because I felt insecure for so long because I didn't have a traditional job.
Yeah.
I didn't have a traditional schedule. So I constantly felt like I had to overcompensate to like sit at the table.
Yeah.
Where now
hear
I'm just
that.
like,
I hear that.
I made this table over here.
150%.
Come join me.
No, I
It's just
hear
crazy
you.
because it's just like, do you ever sit back and be like, yo, I really be doing the damn thing. Like, I
Right.
really be doing this
Yes,
shit.
does
yes.
this.
And I hope you also too, because I see
No,
it.
no, yeah.
I see it.
It's
Like,
Girl, I'm about to I just got a third job, like literally hired for a third job that I'm going to start soon. And people are like, you're planning a pop-up shop. You got the podcast. Now you're about to have 3 jobs. Like,
Yeah,
what
I
are
don't
you?
know how you do
I'm
it.
like, I don't know how I do
Doing the damn
it.
thing.
But we doing it. And I think that
Right.
that's fire. And I really believe that.
Jamaican. It's all that Jamaican for you. That's all Jamaican.
I do feel like when you really enjoy what you do, it really doesn't even seem like work. It's like, I enjoy doing this. I'm having fun. So like, whatever. As long as you have the energy, fuck it. Did you? Oh, sorry, because everybody looked at you.
Oh no, because I
he
said that. I
said
said the
something.
Jamaican joke.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay,
Alright,
I
good.
wanted to switch topics a little bit. So I'm just going to put this. So this is like not even super related. But I wanted to ask you, just a light topic. Do you feel prettier when a man compliments you or a woman?
A woman.
Don't be taking still.
You sent it to the pod chat, and
Do you want to ask it?
No,
we can
I'm joking.
rewind.
I'm just joking.
It was a good one.
it was a good one.
Yeah.
How do you feel? I'm gonna say woman.
I know. I was like, a woman for sure. Because
Yeah.
I feel like we're hella honest. Like, if your eyebrows are fucked up, we ain't saying nothing. If your hair looks a little crazy, but if that lip is popping, like, I know you're being real with
be
me.
noticing. Like the only other person that notices is my son, but because he's very.
Oh, that is so
Yeah.
cute,
I get the
though.
cutest
No, Tony's son
I
is
love-
very attentive.
Today, every time I get dressed, like for today, he'd be like, "Oh, mommy, I love that lip color. Oh, thank you,
I would
honey.
melt.
Thank
That
you.
is so
I'm out.
cute.
I'm out." But no, with women, it's just like they notice the little things. You know, especially like with me and Nat, I'm like, "Oh, you did your eyelashes, girl. I see you."
Yes.
Like, yes. And then honestly, the guys that you would want to compliment you don't. And then
Exactly.
the busted ass, you know.
Women hate when men compliment them unless it's the one guy.
No, but
that
you know what it
compliments
is
them.
too. I feel
He
like
was
when
waiting.
men
He was
compliment,
waiting. He was
no,
waiting.
I already knew the answer
I
to
feel
this.
like
Why I
when a
said the
man
question.
compliments you, it's not always genuine either. Like I feel like
know.
there's an
I didn't wanna
ulterior
say it,
motive.
but I feel
Right.
like a guy compliments you and you're like, yeah,
I
You just
feel
wanna
like that
plug.
about females because y'all compliment fat girls a lot. and don't get a
What?
compliment.
First of all, where did that even come from? What
Hold
are you
on, wait.
talking about?
Am I
Hold on.
lying?
That might be a personal thing. With
Right.
No. Women go on social media and you see like some women that are not the most attractive be getting the craziest compliments.
But you're gonna have to pull it up, and we'll probably.
Yeah. We need proof.
No problem.
We need proof. But also, there's nothing wrong with uplifting women
Right.
and empowering
There's
women in
not.
any shape and size.
I was just saying because it's not always genuine. That's all I was saying.
The other thing is that women compliment like an energy.
Confidence.
Women don't
Yeah,
always
confidence.
compliment. Like, I may not like her hair, and I may not like her style. I may never wear that in my life, but she wearing the damn thing, and I'm gonna be like, oh baby, yes. Like,
yeah,
you know
like
what I'm
it's
saying?
good for her.
Yes, not
Yeah.
for me. Like, she coming out with, I don't know, green hair, something, I don't know, boots with
That we
I
would
don't know.
never do.
Yeah, I would
Right.
never do, but she's rocking it. So
When
I'm
a
gonna
woman
say,
compliments you, it's because like women for the most, I mean, I don't know your experiences, but like women be very catty, look you up and down. The energy be off sometimes. So when you meet another woman who's just like not about that,
Oh
very
my God,
warm.
yes, it's like I see you.
Yeah, and it's like we don't have to be in competition. We could just vibe out together, and
especially
that's it.
if you find that woman's fine. Oh, forget it. I'm like, oh my God, you
Like you fine and you have a nice personality.
and you complimenting me too.
See,
we're great.
You know what that
We
energy
together.
comes from insecurity though, because like all you have to do is just be like, hey, and then like it just be peace.
But that's a very
That's
logical
true.
statement.
'Cause one-
though.
No, he's.
No,
I put
no,
that to the
because
test.
it's
I
insecurity
put that to
because
the test.
you'll be like, whatever. We were talking about insecurities, which you want to get maybe if you had some work done, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna think that in your head, like, okay, my belly's fat or whatever, right? So now you
We
think
all
when
have
this,
the fupas out.
you thinking that this girl's probably judging you for that shit. Meanwhile, she ain't even think about that shit. So you just say hi to her, break the ice, then y'all just become best friends.
That's happened to me
And
when
that shit happens so much
when
with
I've been
females.
out. I've noted, like, I was going out a lot. So, like, other girls would be in the section. We don't know each other. But it's like, you looking at me from the side of your eye. You giving me weird energy. I'm not about that. So I just be like, hey, I'm Natalie. What's your name? Oh, I have a podcast. Look at my, oh my. And then we're like best of friends for the whole night. So it's like
Correct.
sometimes you do just have to be the one to break the ice. And then if she's a bitch,
There
then fuck it. You don't
is a
talk to
real
her.
thing called chronic bee face. It is a real
I have it.
thing. Okay.
Chronic resting
Oh,
bitch
you know
face.
what? In high
Yeah.
school, girl. Maybe that's why we didn't talk. But you start talking to you, have a conversation, and it's like a different,
Yeah.
totally different
People
world.
come up with all these like, oh, I know what kind of girl she is, and I know. Please, you don't.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
until
yeah,
you
yeah.
speak to them.
Exactly.
Girls do that.
Speaking of not knowing people, I want to get into this topic because I've been obsessed with Love is Blind. I wanted to
Here
talk
we
about
go.
it really quickly. We're not going to get too much into detail because you haven't finished it.
No, I've
But
only
you saw
seen,
the
like,
first two
clips.
seasons, right?
I saw like clips of the first, so I don't know names.
You have to catch up, both of y'all, okay? Start
We're
with
gonna
season
get
one.
on it. We're gonna get on it.
But basically, the premise, because you've seen clips too, but you don't know what it's about. Okay, so really quick, people, they go into these like pods. There's a wall in between. So like she's here, let's pretend there's a wall, and now she's gonna start dating Anthony. She doesn't know what he looks like. So they go on dates with multiple people, and as you talk to people, you start feeling like, okay, I have a connection with you, I want to keep dating you, but we still don't know.
I think I've seen like the first season, but
Yeah.
not like I wasn't religiously on it. But no, I understand.
Yeah,
the
so they
concept.
don't know each other, but they end up falling in love, quote unquote, and then they get proposed to, whatever, and then finally after they
see each other
they
for
see
the
each
first
other.
time. Yeah.
And then sometimes it works that they are just as attracted in person and they get married and they're happy. And then there's times that they see and it's like, whoa. But then it's like, is love really blind? Because how is it that you had all these feelings for me and all of a sudden you see me and you have like the ick and you don't want to be around me? I don't think I could do it. I need to see what I'm getting myself into. Are you guys the same or do you feel like you could do it?
Honey first.
Let me think. I mean, I've always been like a big conversationalist and like with my partners.
Yeah.
So I find that like super important. But I also find body language super important. Like just seeing how you react. Like talk is talk. Like anyone can say anything over Instagram or social media or through a text message. But when we in front of each other and it's not the same energy,
That chemistry.
there has to be a chemistry. Like, and it's happened like that I have built like more like as a teenager, I would say that I've had like different like relationships through like just, when we was crazy about AIM and all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had
and
like
it's hot and heavy on AIM.
Right. Then you see-
MySpace was a time.
And I mean, I know that we were just teenagers, but then when I see the person, sometimes it's like, oh my God, like I need to talk to you. And then sometimes it's like, And it's not really just the looks. Like
maybe they're not as charismatic or as funny as they were online.
Right.
Yeah.
And maybe we need to break the ice in person. Sometimes that's happened. That maybe like the confidence you have like online or through messages is not the same way you are in person, or you need some time.
Yeah.
But yeah, like no, I need the whole package. I need the whole package.
How about you?
I don't really think that looks matter to me as much. It matters, but I need chemistry. I feel like we get older, everything changes. There's also lots of work that can be done out there, whatever. But I need chemistry, like a deep connection, a deep understanding. Like honestly, I've dated, some suspicious
looking people.
Some of my friends were
same.
you okay?
Same.
But they were dope. They were fire people. They were great relationships. So yeah.
I agree. I mean, I don't want you to be like hit.
So,
but
all right.
Here we go.
No, right. I'm not gonna go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So, attractive wise, the person is a 10, but personality and chemistry
can't do it.
It's a 9.
Oh, okay. I was not expecting that.
Yeah,
then I was gonna
either.
say chemistry and personality is a 10. They're a 9. So you're gonna take that little look wise, maybe their body's not.
Yeah, but a 9
That's
is good.
That's
That's
an easy
still high.
question.
So that's
though.
what I'm
Make it
asking.
harder. Make it harder.
No, but that still shows which one
like
would
say
you
4.
prefer. I don't want to go that drastic.
No, you should, because 9.
6.
Because
9
9
is
I'm gonna
right
tell you
there
right
with
now.
yours.
But
is
it's
good.
still right there, but it still shows if you would take that 1 point for looks over 1 point versus attractiveness. I mean, chemistry wise, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's the
I don't
same
want to
here.
do, because if you a dime 10 and then their personality is a fucking 2, like, or
No,
the
but
opposite.
a hard one would be like if their personality is a 10, but their looks are a 4 or a 5.
Okay,
That's
wait.
easy.
But
No,
what
that's not
about-
easy.
That's
not
not
easy.
dating that
How
fucking
about-
4 or 5.
We have to throw in a love language.
See that?
Exactly.
Love
We have to throw
language.
in a love
Please, let's
language.
talk
That's
about it. I
what
love
I'm
talking
Okay,
about love
what
languages.
if he or she is a 9 or a 10? What that has to be the deciding factor, right? Like, okay, maybe he's a 9, but the chemistry's a 10. But does he speak my love language?
That's true too.
Because that's gonna make or break it every time.
I would add that to chemistry, though. That's what I was saying. I would add that to chemistry.
Would
That's
you?
part of the
That's
chemistry.
true-ish.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all have that chemistry. That's all part of
Well,
chemistry.
no, because like, okay, so what if your love language is gift giving, but he don't buy nothing? So
Chemistry's there, but his chemistry is not telling him to buy you
Or it's
gifts.
like, what if you're super affectionate?
Wow, right? Y'all
It's
gonna add a whole nother
I need
curveball.
to be hand
Where
in
did it go?
hand. I need to be skin to skin. But he's like, ooh, like,
He's not into
don't,
physical like that.
Don't touch me. So
Yeah.
I think that matters.
See, that all
See, no, I would
matters.
do a 6. Like I have done a 6. Like and the thing is a 10. I've done it.
I'd rather
So,
that.
like,
Like,
you know,
the
like,
looks,
yeah.
the looks can come. Like, I'm sorry, even if you're not attracted to someone immediately, I feel like for me, the personality will make me attracted to you. Period. Where I'm like, oh my god, this is the sexiest person in the world.
And that's happened too. It's like that's happened that I build like a relationship, like, just, over conversation, over what we talk about. Then when I see the person, it's kind of like, but then when you really get to know like their little mannerisms and stuff,
you
you're
find
like,
some things that are
"Aw,
cute. It's like,
you're
oh,
cute.
Yeah, you're cute. Yeah.
You're cute. Wait, stay in that light right there. Right there. Right
Don't
there.
turn. Right there.
You
Don't
learn
move,
to
don't
find people more
turn.
attractive for sure. Because like I remember I dated, I was a little suspicious, but by the end of that relationship, or so when we were deep in, he was Michael B. Jordan. Like I was like, I love me some you. So yeah, it changes for sure.
That's also because if you really fuck with that person, that 5 will turn into an 8 real quick.
That's
for you.
what it is.
But that's what I'm saying.
I
Like
know, that's
my
what I'm saying,
example with
yeah.
4 or 5, like I would. Like I'm saying 6 to be respectful for myself. But I'm just saying, like, 5, it's happened.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. I do want to end, so I'm just gonna ask you one more question. Actually, 2 more. Can you give us some like hair tips, like as a hairstylist, like things that we can do to kind of like preserve the health of our hair?
Yes. Please stop doing your hair at home.
Oh,
Like I don't know who I'm talking to right
she's
now.
talking to somebody.
I'm talking to somebody. Please stop buying box dye.
Oh,
just don't do
my
it.
hairstylist
We can
tells me
have
this.
conversations about this. There's so many chemicals in there. It's like a mystery box. You never know. I'm looking at the camera for this.
Yeah,
one.
no.
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Talk to them.
Like, go to the salon. Find someone who you can afford to go to that fits with your lifestyle. We talked about that. And just make it a self-care thing. Like, yes, trim your hair every 2 months, do your treatments once a week, every other week at least. Like, you have to take care of it like it's your skin.
And how important is it for minority women to find a stylist that just understands minority people's
Facts.
hair?
Oh, it's everything.
Because a lot of people don't understand that. It's like you have to find someone that understands your texture.
Like, I'm not going to, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to a Dominican lady. Period. That's all I'm going to say.
I feel like there's people who are trained everywhere, but I feel you. Like, I understand, and it's a thing. It's a thing. But that's why I say, like, even me, like, budget-wise, like, some people think I charge way too little. They pay way more. Some people are like, that's way too expensive. But you have to find somebody who fits with your lifestyle and understands your texture. Yes, that's a very big deal. But you have to prioritize it. Like, it has to be like deep. You want your hair to be shiny. Like, that's why I don't do crazy extreme looks, is because, like, can your hair handle it? Like, you want shiny, luscious locks. So
when you say to do your treatments, are there specific treatments that we should be getting? Like, I know they have protein treatments and things like that.
It just depends on your hair and your texture. Like, there's some people who should wash once a week. There's some people who should wash every 3 days. Like, you really have to go in and see, what does my hair need? Because it's not one size fits all at all. So,
And my last question is just, what would you, I guess, recommend to someone who wants to be a hairstylist and kind of wants to fit into, like, working for themselves, essentially, not working for a salon?
Okay, so I think this is, like, everything. I've said this to a lot of people who are starting up in the industry, but please, please, please be an assistant. Like, everybody wants to be a boss. Everybody wants to get to the top. You have to start somewhere, and don't rush the process. Like, if you are going to get your bachelor's, you're committed to 4 years. If you want to be the best hairstylist there is, commit to 4 years of assisting. It's hard. You don't get paid money. You have to do a lot of things you don't want to do, but it's worth it in the end. Like, get the proper education, be humble, be willing to learn, and find a mentor for sure. Find a mentor, stick it out, and you will succeed. Like, there's no way you're not going to win on the other side. But you have to be patient and put in the time.
There's been a lot of women in your hairstyle. For men that
Are bald?
That are going bald, or like that are losing their hair, that want to maintain their hair, and like those sort of things.
If it has to go, take it off.
Thank you. The advice is stop holding on. Let it go.
We will still love you. And if you don't get used to it, we all will get used to it.
I like the bald.
Yeah.
I have no issue with the
I don't
bald.
mind it.
Yeah.
I say this recently, bald and beards are winning.
Perfect combo.
If you're bald and you have a beard, you're up. Y'all don't even know. You're up. I say let it go. Let it go. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. A little shine. I'll rub it for you. I'll shine it up.
Absolutely.
Be ashy out here.
It's just be confident.
ashy.
I think that's what it comes down to. It's just wear it, be confident. And
I
girls,
agree.
that's a daddy right there.
I agree.
Okay?
Absolutely. Oh my God. How are we feeling, guys?
Like, we
Everything
need
good?
one more bottle.
I know,
Oh,
right?
good.
Roxanne, this was great.
Amazing.
You did amazing.
Thanks for having me.
I'm so glad we did
Amazing,
this. Guys, like always, like, share, comment, subscribe.
Yes.
Let us know what you want us to talk about. Let us know what other kinds of guests you want. Also, we have to tell them about the pop-up event.
Oh
we
my
keep
God,
forgetting at the end of every episode.
Lord.
May 21st, Sunday, in the Bronx, 910 Hunt Avenue. We are having our first pop-up shop event, hosted by us. I'm going to give us some facts.
We are so excited, guys.
We're so
to
excited.
meet and just connect with all these small businesses like that are in our backyard. And it's just gonna be great. It's gonna be amazing to connect with everybody. Everybody gonna make some money, honey.
Come get your picture taken.
Come get your pictures taken. There's gonna be a live DJ.
It's gonna be ready.
Food, drinks, all types of vendors, clothing, alcohol.
Yes, come out, support.
Everything.
Weather's
Art.
getting nice. Come outside.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you guys. We'll see you next week. Bye.